Good evening. Welcome. My name is Pamela Marie Edmunds. I am your host of Love Never Dies radio show here every Wednesday evening from Sedona, Arizona, the Red Rocks, gorgeous, energetic Red Rocks of Sedona. And it is my time, 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And I want you to be aware of times this month because there will be a time change for everyone else. Everybody else. Okay, Hawaii doesn't do it either in this country. We will not change time. So hopefully people can keep an eye and check. They're coming back to the show. It's like, okay, what is the time she starts? Right now, if you're on the East Coast, we are 2 hours difference, okay? Meaning 7 p.m. start time up there. When the clocks change on March 14th, see, this is an important topic. March 14th, I will be 3 hours difference. So you'll be an hour later, okay? And I'm going to do my best to post that on my announcements. And even today, we had a couple people who weren't sure what time the show was, and if they were coming in too early or what. But that's par for the course. We've got all these time zones, okay? So I am a medium, spiritual medium, and trance channel, animal communicator, teacher, and of course, the radio show host here of Love Never Dies Radio. And I have been doing this kind of work now, all of it now, probably since over 20 years. Radio, I started back, actually my beginnings were back in Phoenix, Arizona. Welcome to Sharon. Phoenix, Arizona, back in the year of 2001. And I got a phone call out of the blue looking for me to do radio. And I thought, oh, awesome. This is wonderful. I can learn. It's like I felt I was being guided. And that's exactly what happened. I was being guided. And my first show was Bridge Between Two Worlds. It does still exist. It's not weekly, but it is on there off and on. I believe it's on Blog Talk Radio. A dear friend of mine, I gave her that name. For me, it was because it was time for something new. So out of that came Love Never Dies, which to me is all about our love, our connections, the world of spirit. I'm gonna mute you too. Anybody who's just come in, I'm muting you, okay? All right, that way we're not interfering with other people. All right, thank you, everyone. I'm going to say this. So, Love Never Dies now it's been running probably for about a year, off and on. During this pandemic, maybe about 6 months ago, I was guided to start putting it on the way I'm doing it right now, the Zoom room, and then archiving it in the YouTube channel, which is named after myself, Pamela Marie Edmunds. And okay, got somebody else who's going to be coming in. So welcome, Myrna. Good to see you, sweetheart. Sharon, I'm not sure if I've met you before, but welcome. Mary Nielsen, I don't think your face is familiar, right? But I'm glad you're here. It's wonderful. I'm going to talk a little bit here before I'm going to start. First off, I want to share that I am getting some classes together for anyone who's interested, and that you can get in touch with me through my email address, which is pamelaedmunds@earthlink.net. Starting Thursday, tomorrow night, I'm going to be starting a beginner's mediumship development circle. 2 hours, $25 a person. It will be starting at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which, nope, that's wrong. 4 p.m. my time, Arizona time, and 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All the information is on my website, PamelaMarieEdmunds.com. Also on my Facebook page, Pamela Marie Edmunds. Okay, welcome up. Pam made it in. Welcome. I'm not going to be able to say too much to everybody. I'm glad. And anybody who's just coming in, I'm going to mute you. I'm also going to be doing an intermediate / advanced mediumship class. That's going to be Tuesday nights, 2 hours weekly, starting at the original 5 p.m. East. Okay, 5 p.m. I gotta make sure I get these right. 5 p.m. Arizona time. And please check your times for that. Monday night, I also do a meditation and message circle, which a lot of the people enjoy coming in. We get to chit chat a little. We discuss about challenges with meditation, but then we do some message work. Okay. That's $10 for an hour and a half. So, and of course, Love Never Dies. And next week, I've got a wonderful guest going to be here. Of course, I'm going to do messages for you shortly. But next week will be someone called by the name of Suzanne Geisman. If you haven't heard of her, look her up. And Geisman is spelled G-I-E-S-E-M-A-N-N. She was a naval commander. She awakened to spirit. Now she's doing this work in way of, she does lectures, she does speaking, she does classes. Spirit opened her up, and she's a sweetheart, and she's authored a number of books, and so she's got a very interesting story to share. And that's going to be next week, and it's going to be called Still, I believe, Still Right Here. Okay, and that's the title of one of her books. So, okay, and if you want to get in touch with me, we got Fred. Fred is here too. Welcome, Fred. I'm not sure if this is the Fred that I know or not.
It is, Miss Pamela.
Oh, wonderful. Welcome. I can't stop to communicate with you one-on-one right now, but that's welcome. Fred is from Massachusetts, I believe. Rehoboth, right?
Yes.
Awesome. Well, welcome, Fred. Okay, I'm going to mute you for now because Spirit's got me on a roll here right now. If you want to get in touch with me, find out about the show, who's going to be doing what on it, or you want to get in touch about classes, the best way is, well, you can call me on the phone. That's 928-282-2047, or you can email me at pamelaedmunds@earthlink.net. So there's a few new people in here tonight. That's wonderful. I'm going to do some messages from Spirit, from your loved ones. And what I want to say is, when you all showed up here, wasn't just you coming in. All your loved ones showed up with you, right? Because they know that you're coming in for this event. They want to watch and hopefully get a message to you, right? As the title of the show, Love Never Dies, they still dearly love you, and they want to hear that. They want to give you the love. They want to hear that love going between the worlds. They know we're all going through a lot right now with the pandemic. Hopefully it's going in the right direction now. My sense it is, in regards to us moving out of this time. Okay. It's all about seeing too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reach out to each person as I am drawn to. Okay. I follow Spirit, understand. And everybody right now, their mic is muted. So either I can unmute you or you can unmute yourself when we get to you. Okay. All right. You know what? I want to go to Fred. Okay, I haven't seen Fred in it's been a long time, and I know he's tried coming into a couple of my classes before. Technical difficulties come up on occasion. So I'm going to see if I can it's asking to there. Okay, there. Fred, hello again.
Hello, my friend. How are you?
Yes, I'm good. I'm good. Um, you know what? I need to come to you with a guide, which is not really me proving continuity of life, which is what I believe mediumship is about, but I need to come to you with a guide. And I need to say, it feels like an old message I had given you once before. You got such spiritual knowledge. You have so much knowledge of alternative healing methods. Spirit wants you to be using them, okay? Spirit, and I'm going to have to mute Pam, who just came in there. Spirit wants you to be using them and sharing them, okay? They don't want you hiding out. You follow me?
Gotcha.
Okay. And what I initially want to say is, you're even going to do it with your family. Offer, you're a Reiki. I believe you're a Reiki person. That's one of the basic things that you are. If somebody's not feeling well, offer them some healing. You also need to know that you are extremely sensitive, and you're gotta be aware when you pick up somebody's stuff to then let it go. Okay, I'm going to talk in your work environment, and I want to say in your home, but I also want to tell everybody who's here, if you're sensitive, you can be picking up what we call mass consciousness. All right, there's a lot of people losing loved ones, so there's a lot of grief, there's confusion, there's people who are upset, they're not sure where they're going to have money for food. The list goes on and on. But we as empaths, sensitive individuals, can pick that up. And what I'm getting is, I need to say, Fred, the gentleman that's coming in with this is a pretty powerful Native American. He stands tall, and he's got a headpiece that goes down off his back. Okay?
Okay.
Which tells me he is an authority. Okay? He's an authority figure. But I also need to say, I feel like he has the abilities of a very powerful healer himself. And I want to use the word shaman, okay? Which I also feel you also do have training in somehow, okay? He's given me a name for you to use. They don't always have to identify by name because they're in service. But he's wanting to give you a name. We're the ones who want the name, right? Okay. I'm hearing White Chief.
White Chief?
White Chief. And to me, he's working with the light. That's where the white's coming from. The light. The light of what we would call creator. We would call that higher energy. Okay. And for you to sit in meditation in counsel with him. Okay. All right. He says, you've got all this stuff stored up inside of you. Help others. They really need it right now. Help others. And he knows that you are doing that in a, what's the word I want to call it? Traditional format, where it's okay for you to do this and okay for you to do that. But you have so many other gifts. They need to be shared. And isn't this a repeat from another message I gave you some time ago? I think so.
Oh, probably a long time ago, Pamela.
The first time I ever I saw you in a while. So anyway, but
yeah.
And you've got concerns right now about a female around you, I'm hearing.
My mother, probably.
Okay. And what I want to say is, keep listening to your intuition. Whatever you need, you're feeling you need to do to help her. Okay. And you simply can call in her higher self, talk to her higher self. It's a great tool for anybody. Talk to her angels to get some further guidance. Okay. I'm going to leave you there. All right.
Thank you.
Myrna Westgate, dear, you're also out in that area as he is. Where are you talking to me from?
Well, I'm in Bridgewater, but my church is in Rehoboth.
Yeah, and I'm gonna, yep, I knew that. I wanted to hear you, yep. And as you can see, Fred's got a real strong aura around him, because I know you're also a medium. And so anyway, this is interesting. So I feel like you're supposed to connect. I believe, do you have a position in the church? What's your position?
I'm the president.
Okay, you're the president, and it's the First Spiritualist Church of
Church of
Brockton.
Brockton. Yeah.
And it moved to Rehoboth, Mass many years ago. Okay.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay. I have a man that wants to come in to communicate to you, dear. Okay. And there's come on, something positive first. He's a sweetheart, but he could be stubborn. Okay. There was a side to him that he wanted to do things his way. Okay. And I need to say, I'm feeling like I want to go back a generation. I'm feeling like he's fatherly. And when I say fatherly, he's got a fatherly energy. Okay. I'm not specifically I'm saying he's more of a grandfather to you. Okay. But he was someone who was there when you needed to hear some laughter. He helped. And he had a dry sense of humor, very much like what you have in some ways. Do you understand that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. And he was good with his hands when he was here. He used to have them in the soil at times. I'm sensing him doing some creative things with wood, whether it's something that you can hold or a piece of furniture, or him working on a house. Okay. All right. For some reason, I just heard the word cows. All right. I feel if you look back, you would find out that there were some cows around him at one time. You may have to, yeah. The brain
think about that.
The brain gets full after a while.
Uh-huh.
Or how about, okay, I'm hearing there are cows right near him, whether they're not on his property or they're next door. You used to go travel and you would see the cows when you go to visit him. Okay, that's what I'm feeling. So we're talking farming like country, farming type country. Okay. All right. He did wear glasses, very different than either what you or I have got. And as I say, there's a stubborn side, but there's still a warm side to this man. And that you kind of learned about how to keep quiet as a little girl. It's something that things only were meant to be said when they were important. And what he had to say was important. You're resonating with this? I see your face.
I do.
Thank you.
I just got it.
Thank you. Can I say, I feel like he is a jack of all trades.
Mm-hmm.
And a big part of that was for his financial survival and to take care of the family. Okay. But he also could get bored doing the same thing over and over again. Okay. May I say there's some similar energy to how I'm describing him to you, dear? You can get bored. You've got some projects you've started that you've put aside and says, I don't want to do that right now. I want to do something else. Well, it's almost like you're cycling these things around you. And I need to tell you, I can get bored too doing the same thing over again. So personally, I get that. But what I'm hearing from this gentleman is just don't forget about them. Because everything that you have started has a purpose and is of importance. It's like you gotta reroute yourself back to it. Okay.
Mhm.
And it might be just a good idea to make a list of what those projects are. And every time you're looking for a project to do, look at your list. Oh, I want to go back to this one. Okay. You'll get them done. They'll get them done. Okay. And somebody's got a new dog around you.
Yes.
I'm feeling it at the side of my leg. And either it's small right now, meaning puppy, or it's a small animal, period. Okay. That's what I'm getting. And I'm feeling like there's a real lot of love there. And that it's almost like it's an awakening for you when you connect with this animal.
Ah,
And I want to keep you going to wherever this animal is as you can, or
Okay.
the animal coming to you. So lots of big changes around your position with the church. Just keep connecting with spirit. You know that.
Yeah.
That spirit can confirm it. And always put out prayer on whatever you're doing in regards to this work, as for people to know that I did sit and do some prayer before the show starts. As a friend of mine says, I work for spirit. We work for spirit, and spirit knows what's best. They can see past, present, and future. Yeah. So I want to thank you, Myrna. I hope that was some help for you, dear.
You were right on with the projects.
Awesome. Awesome. And he's around. He was going to be helping you. It's almost like he wants, because of the similar energies there, he wants to be there to join you. Okay. Plus, his love never dies, right? Love never dies.
Right.
So, okay, thank you, dear. And I hope you
Thank
stick
you.
around to listen for the rest of the show. So, anyway, okay. Mary Nielsen, am I pronouncing that correct? All right, I'm going to unmute you, dear. Let's see, it's asking. There.
Okay.
Yes. How are you today? Good?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay, you're
real
missing
good,
somebody, like everybody is missing somebody right now.
I guess.
There be a male who is someone that you're missing right now?
Yeah.
I'm feeling like there's a man who really is connected to you on a heart level, is what I'm getting. And I'm feeling like his passing wasn't the best of ways for somebody to go, but he's on the other side, is what I'm getting. Okay.
Mhm.
I do feel like there's some of his belongings are around you in your living space. And
Yeah.
that's a piece of why I was connecting. Okay. Because I'm feeling like I'm talking a partner or somebody who was a very close to you.
Mhm.
And you know, a lot of these people have wonderful personalities, and this person's got some wit, some phenomenal wit. And you're not, you looking a little sad right now. He would come in to help flash your smile, just like you did now. Okay. He says he wasn't very good with numbers for some reason. And what I'm feeling is he left you a few messes behind.
Yeah.
Okay. Long as you understand that. He stands pretty tall, is what I'm getting here right now. But I feel like he did start slumping. He did start bending. You know, the back bend that happens as people get older.
Yeah.
And telling me he had a few teeth problems before his passing.
I think so. Yeah.
And labored breathing is the words I'm hearing.
Oh, yes.
Okay. And a loss of weight is what I'm hearing.
A little bit. Yeah.
He wasn't able to eat his normal amount. So,
No.
and you feel him in the apartment or home that you're in there right now.
No.
Yes, you do. You do.
Yeah.
And he's there helping you through this loss. You understand that? And he's trying to help you understand that your life's going to get a little better. You just need to allow it to. There's a need for you to be around other people who've also had a similar experience. but
Mhm.
there's also needing to be around spiritually minded people. So you can understand a little bit more about where he is, how to connect with him.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got a ring of his
I think
or-
so,
or a
somewhere.
ring he gave to you? There's a
No.
ring connection between the two of you?
No, no.
I'm sensing there's a ring that's got his energy on
Okay.
that you have.
Okay,
That you have somewhere, all right, for you to
probably
go
do.
looking, okay?
I
And
will.
right now, okay, he also was into some gardening, correct?
Oh, what?
Gardening, was he into some gardening?
Oh.
In the younger
yes,
years, he would be
yes,
outside
yes,
turning the soil?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you, how you benefited was some fresh produce, but also some pretty flowers.
Yes,
And what I want to say is there's a need for you to bring some flowers into your home. Yeah,
okay,
I think they might, depending upon where you're at right now, I'm not sure if there's any flowers popping up out there, but you can
Yeah.
always go to one of the local grocery stores. They always, they have great quality in flowers, but there's a
Okay.
need for that, a need for that. He says that he's shown up for you for some dreams and he's going to show up for some more, okay? And the bottom line is he loves you dearly and he wants to continue to show that to you.
okay,
Okay? There's also sort of he's this particular in his own way, maybe not the word stubborn as I was using previously to somebody else, but he was particular and things had to be just right for him. And that's kind
yes,
of what you follow too. All right. Know that he's there assisting and loving you. Okay.
okay.
And he's giving you a great big kiss. There was a time back when you would give him a kiss and you'd have lipstick on and you'd give him, he'd have a nice lipstick mark on his face. And you know what? Made him feel good. It
All
made
right.
him feel good. He liked to show it off. Oh, don't do that. No. He got to show it off. Somebody loves me. So I'm going to leave you there, Mary. All right. Thank you for coming in and
Okay.
know that this gentleman is with you and he's helping you watch your books. Okay. And what I
Okay.
mean by books is numbers. Yes, he's not very good with it, but he can fudge things a bit. And that's what he used to do. All right.
Okay, all
You
right.
follow me?
Yes,
Okay. And so bless you, sweetheart. Bless you. Okay. All right. Okay. We've got a couple other people who've come in. I've got two Pams. Is that the same Pam on two different screens? I got Pam and then I got Pam's phone.
That's me.
On both,
I was-
on both,
I was trying to
okay.
use my computer,
That's okay. Okay, use whichever one you want.
but the
Welcome.
computer
I'm glad you're
screen-
here. Okay, Pam, you got a few people on the other side who tragically passed over, and I want to say tragically. I'm feeling like I have a man who did some heavy drinking, and I'm feeling like I want to go with the liver, an issue with the liver. Are you getting when I'm going here? I feel like he's grandfather level. If he's not grandfather, he's real tight in there. And can I say it spread? It's the personality, the illness spread through the family, down through the family. Do you understand me? I'm talking the illness of alcohol.
Yes,
Thank you. That's what I want to say. And you are doing what you can to recover in regards to all those effects. All right. And what I want to say is Spirit is applauding you. This particular gentleman is watching what you're doing, A lot of these things weren't available for him, or he didn't feel safe checking out. Okay? All right, you're with me, right? He was a hard worker when he wasn't under the effects, but he could be difficult to be around at times. His moods, okay?
Right.
And somebody's got some sort of sound going on here. Okay, and he wants to apologize. He wants you to forgive him, and he just don't forgive all the S, and I'm going to leave the rest of the word blank. I don't swear when I'm doing readings.
Stuff.
Yep, yep. S, beginning with S and ending with the T. All right.
Yep.
And he says, you know, forgive me, but you know, understand that he had no clue. It's like he was in this vicious cycle and didn't know what to do with emotions. He was so caught up. He was so totally caught up. You are probably one of the clearest, he says, of the family right now. Okay.
Okay.
And he says, what healing you are doing on yourself, you are sending back to everyone else. Okay. And he wants to applaud you. And he says, right now, you do have a few people in the next generation you're keeping your eyes on. And what he says, you keep making the proper changes. You keep teaching them what the appropriate way to live and be. And they will catch it at some point. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
All right.
That's a very important message for you. He wants to suggest you go look through some old pictures and find his picture so you can connect with and understand a little bit more of where he's come from. You are mediumistic too, all right? Meaning you can sense and hear spirit around you. If you tune into a photo, you can do something we call psychometry. You're tuning into the energy of that photo, but you're tuning into the actual individuals in it. You can feel, you'll feel his sadness. You'll feel his confusion. Okay? Have compassion for him, dear. All right? You are the catalyst to help heal the family line. All right? Do you understand? I hope you do.
I think you said it was an older gentleman, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I'm feeling this like, I feel it's like grandfather. It's like it passed down, and he was balding. He had hair thinning going up here. And I need to say he didn't take good care of his teeth. There's a couple teeth that are that could have attention to them, and that you can kind of notice it when he smiles or when he opens his mouth. All right. He's in work pants, blues or greens. You know how they have the suits, not the suits. How can I call it?
Uniform pants?
Thank you. Okay.
Okay.
And his hands are calloused. So he's a hard worker, works with his hands when he can. So I'm going to leave you there, Pam. All right.
Thank you.
All right. You're very welcome. And thank you for joining us. And just since you came in late, Pam, I don't know if you are interested in any mediumship classes. You can check my website out. I'm starting classes. All right. And that's PamelaMarieEdmunds.com. All right. Sherry, may I bring a message to you, dear? You in the pretty, I'm going to call it deep pink. I'm going to see if we can unmute. Okay, you're unmuted, dear. Have your voice?
Yes.
Hi. How are you tonight?
I'm okay.
You're okay. I need to acknowledge, I'm aware, you've been around a lot of my different events and groups, and I know that you're going through some loss, okay? So for me to say that you're doing a lot of crying is no news, okay? Maybe to somebody else here, but what I want to say is this, okay, the male with the, what's with all the dry sense of humors? It's like we don't always get their jokes. Do you follow me? They're humorous, but we don't always get it because it's in their mind. Do you follow? He got a sense of humor.
Yeah.
Okay. He wants me to tell you he's right there giving you hugs on a daily basis, multiple times. I want to take glasses off with him. I'm not sure if I'm wearing contacts, but it's like almost like I don't want to wear my glasses. There's some, I want to do things my way a little bit, okay? Gosh, his memories are all over your living space, aren't they?
Yeah.
He's the second person like that. He's, okay. When he came home from work, it was almost like there was a rule, no phones, to put the phones away. Do you follow me? Cell phones, put the cell phones away. We don't need interruption. It's our time. It's our quality time. I'm gonna put these back so I can see you, okay? You're hand holding all the time too, aren't you?
Yeah.
Very, very deep, deep connection with this man. He's a nice dresser, but he can also go casual. And there's a pool that he used to love to go to right nearby. I don't know if you have a pool in your yard or your living place, or there's a pool somewhere else. Are you understanding this? Just give me a yes or a no. What?
Not with that.
Not with a pool?
No.
There's some place where there's water. It's a pool to me that he used to like to go to cool off. I'm going to leave that. Think about it, please. Okay? Think about it. He's also talking about, he's wearing a watch, isn't he? All the time.
Yeah.
And you still have his watch, don't you?
Yes.
He's grateful that you have it. You heard me describe psychometry?
Uh-huh.
Pick up his watch in psychometry, okay? You used to put his clothes away after being laundered. He would move them, wouldn't he?
The what?
He would move them into his, where he wants them. Almost like he's, okay, you're in charge of the home, but he likes to come in and likes to change things a little bit, right? You're not getting this. You're not getting this. Let me keep talking and hopefully something will catch you. I'm going to ask him for him to reword these things. Okay, I've got a cap. It's mainly red, like a baseball cap he'd wear at times. No, you're not getting that either. There are fondness for sports with him.
Yes.
Okay, does the team wear red? Is there red in the team's caps? Can you check that out?
I will.
One of the caps, okay? Because I feel like there was a red cap he had at one time.
Okay.
Or partial red, okay? I'm also feeling like, thank you, there's a fondness for animals around him too. I'm getting an animal rubbing up against him, and and wanting his attention when he walks in the door.
Yes.
Okay, loving him dearly. All right, and the animal being in a bit of a, what's the word, like confusion now since he's not here. Okay,
Yes.
they grieve too. They truly do grieve too. You know, you want to make some changes in your living environment there right now. You don't want to touch anything. You want it almost like you want it to be the same as it was. Okay. Okay. He honors that, but he says at some point you're going to want to make some changes to benefit you. Okay. He says you need to be getting out for some sort of walk in nature daily. All right. It uplifts you. Plus, it gives you the opportunity of sensing his energy more fully. All right.
Okay.
Okay. He's got a scar on his cheek somewhere. You were familiar with a small scar?
No, I don't.
Okay, there's a small scar on his cheek is what I'm being drawn to. I'll leave you that piece. He also needed to get his eyes examined right around the time that he passed. He was due for an eye exam. Okay. Yep. And of course, the dentist would be following that. All right. But you were animate about these things, and he would follow through for you. Okay. Because he loved you. He cared about you. Something about a small chip or crack in the windshield of the vehicle he drove most often. Being in Arizona, we can pick up rocks very easily. All right. If you go looking on the dash, the window, you will see a chip or two that it's there. Okay. And I want to say welcome to Mike. I have a feeling I know who Mike is. I'm going to mute you if you want to come into so we can visually see you.
I don't really.
Pardon?
I said I can't right now. All I can use is the microphone. The
Okay,
video is
that's
all-
fine. Okay, well, welcome, Mike. I know who you are. I gotta mute you, okay? So we can continue here. Sherry, his passing wasn't easy, he says, for either side, either you or for him. He says, but he's there to help awaken you to all that life is. And life isn't just being here on the physical plane. Life is moving on, being in the spirit realm, to grow, to be able to travel. He comes visiting you wherever you are, and he can visit any of the other family members. It's almost like he's got a carte blanche. All right. All right. They do. They do. And I'm getting a big, big red heart for you from him. You did see some sort of a heart for Valentine's Day. And it was from him. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Whether you were looking at in the store, whatever, you saw a heart and you thought it was Valentine's Day. And he says that he was there with his love. Okay. He was there with his love. Thank you, sweetheart.
Thank you.
Take care. Good to see you here.
Thank
All
you.
right. Awesome. Okay. All right. Let's see where else are we going to go? I want to go to a young lady named Dawn. And I'm also want to keep an eye on the clock here. Unmute. Welcome, Dawn.
Hi,
How are you today?
I'm well, thank you.
Good, good. Are you familiar with what we're doing?
Yes,
Okay, okay. I've got a man on the other side who passed very suddenly. I'm feeling like it's either alcohol or there may be some drugs involved. Do you recognize that?
yes,
Thank you. And what I want to say is he couldn't see what he was doing to himself. It's almost like he's in an altered state all the time, which is exactly what's happening. Okay.
Yes.
And what I need to say from him is he was in a vicious cycle, a vicious circle, and the only way he could get out of it was by, can I say, ending what his hurt?
Certainly.
Okay. And he wants you to please understand that he did not do it intentionally to hurt you or to hurt anybody else. Okay.
Yep.
Because he loves you all. It's just that he was in so much pain, he just couldn't take it any longer. Okay.
Yes.
And this is a man who fondness for children, fondness for animals, nature. He's very sensitive, right?
Yes.
Okay. And it's kind of like you always know you're going to get a great smile from him. This is
Yeah.
this is the kind of individual he was. Good looking too. He'd often have a female on his arm. All right. And yep. And he's wanting to tell you that him passing taught you a lot, didn't it?
Yes.
And he says you're still learning. He says you're here right now. That's part of it too. Learning about the afterlife. Learning about the love that we still hold for all of you. And how we can come and communicate and share that love with you. Beautiful,
Yeah.
wonderful, wonderful gift.
Yeah.
You have an article of his clothing?
I'm sure somewhere.
I'm sensing you do. And you may also, I'm feeling like I've got some sort of, years ago, a medium would call it a keepsake, which it could be like a ring or a watch or something. I'm feeling there's something he gave you or that was symbolic between the two of you. Okay.
Yeah.
And yes. And for you to cherish him by holding it like we talked, I guess I'm passing on that wonderful gift of psychometry as, hold an object that belongs to a loved one. Feel their energy with you.
Yes.
Know that they're coming forward. And John, he wants you to, he says you got a situation that's rather huge for yourself where you need to speak up and speak your truth. Okay. He says, don't hide. He wants to give you a little kick in the butt here to for you to do it, but he's here supporting you. Do you follow?
Yes.
Okay. I can tell by your expression on your face that you're understanding this. Call him in to help you.
Okay.
He was a protector for you, wasn't he, at times?
Yes.
Well, he's looking after you now and he wants to support you in whatever this is. Okay. And there's
Awesome.
lots of love. He gives you a great big hug and he doesn't want to stop.
Oh, good.
The hug is continuous. And you know how many of us here on this Zoom call right now could use some of those hugs? Yeah.
Everyone.
Yeah. Yes. So Dawn, I leave you with his love and thank you for coming in. Thank you, dear.
Thank you so much.
You're
Thank
welcome. Why don't you hang out and listen to other people's messages too? Okay, I'm gonna mute you. Let's see, mute. And I saw a couple new, let me see. I've been to Mary Myrna's, I've been to, okay. Terry had to leave. I did Fred. Kim, who's just came in, may I bring you a message, dear?
Yes,
Awesome. And where you coming in from, Kim?
Pittsburgh.
Okay, well, welcome. You're a new face here. Hopefully
Yeah.
you'll come back again.
I will.
And I do want to say, if you're interested in finding out what's going to be offered on this show, it is all listed on my website, PamelaMarieEdmunds.com. Okay.
Okay.
And the link, the information, the meeting ID and all that is right there on the website for you. Have you had a message before, mediumship done?
No, I never did.
Okay, have you been here long enough this Zoom call
Yeah.
to see what I'm doing?
Yes,
Okay. May I bring a loved one to you?
yes, please.
May I say I feel I'm with a male who passed early.
Yes,
I'm saying age-wise, he's early,
yes,
and it should not have happened. What happened? I feel like there's some sort of an accident that occurred.
it was an accidental overdose.
Okay, all right. I'm sorry to hear that, dear. You know what? He's fooling around with the guys. Do you understand me? He's got a couple people in there. Oh, let's do this. Let's do that. And normally he would have said no. But you know what happened? He said yes because he wanted to be part of the gang. Do you understand that with him? I feel like he was a bit of a loner at times, all right?
Yeah.
Very smart
Yeah.
and had some very powerful intentions for the future.
Yes.
Okay. I feel like I'm putting a needle in my arm. Is that correct?
He didn't do that, but he has smoked Xanax and that was laced with fentanyl.
Okay. Well, it's like he's putting a needle in his arm. Is what?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got a similar energy to it.
Yeah.
He's a hug bunny. Can I call him that?
Say that again.
I'm gonna call him a hug bunny.
Yes, definitely, definitely.
Okay. And you know what? He'd do anything for you.
Yeah.
And that's something I really, really like about him. He dropped what he was doing and he come to your rescue, you in particular.
Yes.
There's very deep connection here. And I want to share with people that sometimes our loved ones were connected on a soul level. Soul level is a really deep level. Excuse me. And it can affect us in regards to the amount of grief we're doing. And what I want to say to people is, if you do feel like there's a real deep connection like that, find yourself a healer who can maybe help you with that. Okay. Because what ends up happening when we love someone so intense, we can give them a piece of our heart. Okay.
Yeah.
And they give us a piece back. So when they pass, they've taken an aspect of who we are.
Yes.
We're not just grieving them leaving, but we're grieving those parts that we've gifted with them. Okay.
Do you think he's okay?
He's okay. He's not been there very long, has he?
6 months he's been
That's
gone.
okay. And this pandemic was a piece of it too.
Yeah.
And the fact that he was isolated. He
Yes.
wasn't able to be out with people in a normal way. And he got caught up in his head with all these negative thoughts. Okay.
Yeah.
What I want to say is he has come in to visit you.
Has he?
And he's got to be doing it when you're balanced. Okay. Right now, because he's here, you're getting emotional. You can feel him, can't you?
I think.
You can feel him. That's part of when we're grieving. They come in to let us know they're there, and we feel their energy if we're sensitive. Okay. He's trying to help you through the grief. And he wants to say, can I say he wants to use the word mom? Is that correct?
Yes. Yes.
He wants to say, Mom, I'm sorry. I miss your hugs. I'm sorry that I want to say screwed up.
Okay.
And it's sometimes he wants you to understand that he didn't have a clue what he was doing. Okay. A lot of these people who take their own lives do not. They're so caught up in the emotion of everything that's going on inside them, they just want to get out of it. Okay. He's one of these kids that used to keep his room pretty clean, didn't he? You didn't have to yell and scream and ask him, clean your room.
Yeah, he
And
did.
it was just rather automatic. And he had a creative side. I'm sensing him doing sketching and drawing of some sort. Okay.
He was.
And writing, very creative.
Yeah.
Okay.
Until he caught up in this drug world, and it happened so quick.
Right,
And I
right.
tried to help and as much as I could without enabling him.
Okay. Part of what I want to share here, and I've shared with other people here so far, when we lose a loved one, obviously it's their issues, okay? What they've experienced, what they need to go through, but it's also related to what we need to go through because of them. What I want to say here is he's getting you to look into and understand more fully about death and dying in the afterlife. You follow me, dear?
Mhm.
It's important. And that he wants you to become familiar with it. He wants you to understand is another awakening that occurs when we shift and become more spiritual. All right. So this is one of his gifts to you. I know it doesn't look like a gift right now, but as it unfolds more fully, it will become a gift for you. Okay.
Okay.
Prayer and meditation. And meditation can be something simple like being in the tub and just enjoying it, out for a walk in nature. It does not have to be structured, although sitting with your eyes shut is a good way, is a simply good way. And can I say his sneakers were his pride and joy?
Oh, yes.
For some reason, I want to add that tidbit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
I won't give
and
them
he
away.
wasn't always on time, but when he wasn't on time, he came with something that was positive for you, a hug, a
Oh,
little gift, something. This is a good person, a really good person. And I want to say, I'm so sorry for your loss, but he is going to be around you. And he loves you and he's going to help you get through this. Please keep yourself around people who understand about the afterlife, you awakening spiritually and losing a dear child. Okay, so important. A great big hug to you, Kim, from him, and a big hug from me. And thank you. Thank you. We've got an hour, but I know there's a couple people who have not had a message yet. Let me see. Are a few people okay to go a little overtime? If you're not, you can check out. But hands up if people are okay. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. MJ.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, welcome, dear.
Thank you.
I got a fatherly energy that comes in.
Yes.
Wants to he wants to tell you how to do things right. He learned the hard way with you, didn't he?
Yeah, I guess so.
How independent you could be, okay?
Yes.
I
yes.
do see some resemblance from here up in your face.
Yes.
I do want to say I feel his face is a little fuller than yours, though.
Yes. Yes, for sure.
Okay? And
Mhm.
you know what? I feel like he's got a cigarette hanging out of his mouth.
Yes.
And you
He
know
did
what?
smoke.
I'm going to say that was the death of him, so to speak.
His
I'm
lungs
feel-
were okay. It was everything else. Yeah.
Okay. Well, cigarettes do affect us more than just
Yes.
the lungs, okay?
Yes.
And they affect our entire body. You know, our skin looks funny. obviously it goes through our whole bloodstream, our heart, the list goes on and
Yes.
on and on. Okay, this whole screen just shifted around here now. I'm trying to find where you are. And you know what? He was a hard worker till the end of his life, wasn't he?
Absolutely.
It was
Absolutely.
almost like, I'm not sick. Why should I take a day off?
Yeah.
I don't need to take a day off. Of course, he would take them off for some special occasions. But
Yes.
yeah. And can I say, I feel like there's a husky guy here at some part of his life. Do you remember him being a
Yes.
bit, see me with my body here and my hands up? It's like accentuating my shoulders.
Yes.
Okay. He loved his beer though, didn't he?
He had a mustache.
He loved his beer though.
His beer, B-E-E-R.
Yeah. He a beer
No,
drinker?
he was not a beer drinker.
And there's
No.
somebody else popping in who's a beer drinker. I'm going to ask them to step back
Okay.
if they're not a part of this. And you may recognize, I'm feeling like I'm with a brotherly type energy here to him. Okay.
Okay.
He wasn't very organized with his paperwork.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. And I feel like there was kind of a, what's the word? Hide and seek that went on after he passed.
Okay.
Not just for you, but mom was still here. Is that correct?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, but for your mother in particular. Well, where did he leave that? Where is this? And trying to get things in order. Okay.
Well, she basically kept control over everything.
Okay. Well, that's okay.
Uh-huh.
But there are still some pieces that were missing, is what I'm feeling. That's why.
Okay.
Hey, you just popped over to the other side of the screen. So, he's telling me that you're pretty good at keeping paperwork in order.
Yes.
He says there is some paper that need to be signed that have been
Okay.
sitting waiting. And I'm going to say some changes in regards to, what is in regards to, give me a moment. Money avenues.
Okay.
Do you follow what I'm saying? This could be a trust. This could be a, oh gosh, what do we call it?
It could be something in the future.
Yeah, there's some signing. What's the word? I'm drawing a blank because I'm over here. I'm having trouble going
Okay.
back to my actual, like a, oh gosh.
Well, we need to redo our will, so maybe that's what he's saying.
Okay. And for some reason, you're more active. The husband can get a little bit slack.
Yes.
Am I using a good word for that?
Yes.
And,
Yes. Yeah.
And this gentleman says, well, you just plow through that slackness, so to speak.
Okay.
All right. You take control. You be in charge. And
Okay.
he had a lot of throat issues through his life. Do you follow that?
I think you have my father-in-law now.
Okay, so we got a couple fatherly energies popping in.
Yes.
Okay. Is this the smoker?
He was a smoker also. Yes.
Okay, and of course that if you got throat problems, smoking is one of the last things you should
And
do.
he had problems swallowing.
Okay, because I'm right here at the throat area.
Yes.
And but when you heard him speak up, you took note.
Oh yeah.
He
Yes.
had some really
He was a quiet man too. Yeah.
He was very intelligent and have some really, really good ideas. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Right now, you are looking at some possible, I'm going to say it's a possible move again.
Oh, okay.
All right. And that he wants to help you weigh all the options.
Now my son just moved. Could that be that?
I'm feeling I'm with you. Okay. But the son has moved, so he's closer to you.
No, he just moved into a new apartment and he's very happy there.
He's somebody first to converse about it at another time. Okay.
Okay.
Because I do feel like he's come a long way is what I want to say.
Okay.
Okay, and I want to applaud him for doing a lot of these new things that he's bringing into his life. So
Yes,
I'm going to leave all of that to you, and I want to see if I can quickly get
sure.
everybody else who's here. I think I've
Okay.
got,
Thank you.
you're very welcome. And if we can mute you and hopefully
Okay.
see you on one of our classes, dear.
Yes, I will.
Okay, all right. Okay, I've muted. All right. Mike, I believe your last name is Cridge, if I'm pronouncing it right.
Yeah, that's correct.
Correct. And you are in Massachusetts too, correct?
I am, yeah.
Some reason I want to say you're in Rehoboth also, aren't you?
Well, I am, yeah, with Fred, yeah.
Yep, same area. Okay, all right. Fred was here, and then we had somebody else who belongs to the church in Rehoboth. So anyway, okay. Well, good to hear you. Good to hear you. What I want to say to you is, I have a man who is standing behind you, and it's almost like he was really in tune with when it was time to do something. Okay? And to me, that's the intuition, all right? And what I want to say is, that's what's going on for you, all right? He's wearing, I'm seeing him with a frosted type of color hair. So, but I'm getting told is he was here for a good lengthy life, all right? He was a hard worker, but he was a smart worker, okay? And I think you can understand what I mean by a smart worker, because I don't usually use that term. Do you follow the term?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I also feel like he was a positive guide or role model within the family. All right. And I'm feeling like he's got some fatherly type of energy around you. He did slim down tremendously before his passing. And I do feel like he's got pain in several areas of his body, but he's medicated so he does not feel it. Do you follow this?
If it's a family member, it may well be a family member that I didn't know very well.
Okay, okay.
It's not one of my immediate family, but then again, they're now all gone, so I
Right.
don't even really have anyone to ask.
Okay, okay. I feel like he's an older father figure, is what I want to call him, all right? And I feel like he too had a fondness for animals like you do.
Okay.
And nature and the earth, okay? And that was his way of grounding and centering himself. So there's a lot of very practicalness here for this man. But because he's tuned in to nature and whatnot outside, his intuition is very strong. Okay?
Okay.
All right. And he did sense some spirit energies, but did not talk about them because it wasn't appropriate. Okay. What he's telling me is to say that you are in the right time frame to move forward in this area for yourself, because you have so many unanswered questions. It's like you've experienced things, but you're only experiencing part of them. Do you understand how I'm speaking?
Yeah, I think I understand what you're saying.
Okay, okay. And we're talking in regards to your intuition, your mediumship abilities, your
Yeah.
healing abilities too, because all of these are healing. So, okay, you're
All right.
right where you're supposed to be, all right?
Okay.
And I send you a great big hug, and I hope that your dear beloved lady is around and I can pass one on to her too, okay?
I think
And
she's,
hopefully we'll be seeing you to amongst one of my classes, okay?
Well, you be seeing me tomorrow.
Okay, please, tomorrow's the beginner's mediumship, awesome. Please be sure you sign up by noon. I will have some handouts that I will be wanting to send to you, so I'll need you to give me an email address and for you to check that before class. You
Okay.
won't need to read them before that, but so you have them in hand so we can discuss them during classes, okay?
Okay.
Awesome, great to have you here. And hopefully you guys are finished with the snow out there. You never know, March is a month that you can get snow, isn't it?
Well, it all melted, so
Well, you never know. There could be another storm, but we don't want to wish it on you, okay? I just muted you. Thank you for being here. Who else did I not get? A hand up, please. Okay, Patty and Denise. I want to go to Patty first. Patty's actually been here the longest. She was in, oh gosh, half hour beforehand. I'm trying to unmute you, but
Okay, can you
okay,
hear me?
Patty, right, your voice, dear. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
Good. Do you find listening to other people's messages, you receive some messages for yourself along the way?
Yes,
Yeah, it's great to experience other people's experiences. I'm feeling I've got a female around you, and she's coming in on a sisterly type energy. And when I want to explain sisterly type, either she is a sister or she was like a sister to you, okay? So we could have an important girlfriend or someone else who was important to you in your life. I do feel she was particular about her hair. And obviously she would have taken care of what I've got here that I haven't been able to take care of. Okay. And she made sure when she went out the door that she looked just right. Okay. She did dress down. She did go casual. And for some reason, I'm thinking about going out at a orchard and picking apples. I don't know why I'm getting that. But obviously, if you're going to go out and do something like that, you're going to dress down, you're going to dress comfortably. I'm also feeling like she would have enjoyed being back in the kitchen, cooking, or baking is the appropriate term here, with some of the apples that she retrieved, and sharing whatever she baked with other people. Are you understanding this at all?
well, I've had no sisters. Somebody I used to play tennis with passed just recently. But I haven't seen her in several years. But I did lose a daughter.
Okay, was she like a sister? Was there an energy between you, like a sisterly energy?
Well, because I didn't have any sisters and I only had 3 brothers, I prayed for daughters and I got blessed with daughters.
Okay. All right. Does any of the rest of the information relate to who's
I don't-
missing?
Picking apples.
I'm sorry.
Sure.
Why are you laughing?
Got the other daughter here too.
And your grandson.
And your grandson. I don't know that she would have picked apples. I mean,
Okay, all right. Then I'm gonna ask if there's anybody else can take this message who's still here on the screen. Denise, do you recognize anybody like that?
Yeah, I have an apple orchard. I mean,
Okay.
that.
Well,
it's hard.
and a lot of times people, I know my family being from the East Coast, I am originally from Massachusetts myself, often will do a, apple picking in the fall as a group get together.
well, my other daughter has a small farm and they have an apple orchard.
Okay, that makes sense.
But
Would
when
you,
it comes to baking, they didn't learn it from me.
Well, let's see how this fits, and I don't want to throw it away. I want to, okay, so I'm going to ask that this information that we've given so far be just pushed aside, okay? And that way you've heard it, everybody else who's on the call here have heard it too. And we're not quite sure where it's placed to be placed. Sometimes after receiving a message, all of a sudden you get this aha. Now I know what she's talking about, okay?
Yep.
I want to connect with your daughter who's on the other side. What is her first name, please?
Jenny.
Jenny. Okay. We got another stubborn individual here, a little bit stubborn. You had to learn how to tell her to do things without telling her.
Well, she was strong.
Yeah, strong-willed. Okay. I also feel like she's constantly doing with her hair,
Oh, yeah.
constantly. And I'm feeling like she would have tried most everything she could to try to make it look a little different at times. Okay. Kind of like mother like daughter. All right. And she's got a couple rings on her fingers. She's talking. I'm being drawn to. I feel there was some sort of a love connection in her life when she left, that she left behind grieving.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Oddly
you.
enough, strangely enough.
Thank you. Whether she had a ring or not, they're giving that to me as piece of help with this evidence, and tied to there's a love connection to her. Okay. I also want to say that she was a little bit confused as to what she really wanted to do with life.
Yeah.
She, as far as career, other than job or work. Do you follow the term?
She wanted to do, but unable to do.
She wasn't, I can say she had trouble studying and stuff. To go to school, to train, to learn, wasn't actually the path that she could take.
Right.
Okay. And she did well enough to get through regular school, but to go beyond that would have been no. Okay. There's a part of her that doesn't want to sit still. I feel like, I almost feel like she's a fire sign, okay? And I don't know if you know that or not, or the person who's in the background listening.
Capricorn, whatever a Capricorn is.
I'm not sure. Anybody
Yeah.
know? Yeah, but
January.
she's high energy. She can be high energy. And you know what? She doesn't really want to talk about her passing. I don't know why. You may understand why. She wants to say she is sorry, though, that she left when she did, because she wanted to be there more. What I'm getting from her, that you and she had a few conversations that you needed to resolve. All right.
To me.
Ah, with you, is that it? Okay. And who's in the back? Who was that said me?
Hold on. Oh, I don't need to be on camera right now.
Hi. This is another sibling.
This is another daughter. Yes.
Was it you that she had conversation to hash out?
Often.
Yes.
Okay. She says you can still talk to me. We can still hash it out.
I do. We do.
She says you don't have to be angry at me forever. And you that's your kind of energy between you. You hash things, something gets stirred up and then you hash it out. Something gets stirred up, then you hash it out. But
Yes,
in the long run, you love each other.
Of course. Yes, ma'am.
And that's what it's all about.
I used to have to break up fights in the hallway. They almost came to fisticuffs.
Okay.
Typical.
And right. And there's not a lot of age difference between the two of you, is there?
6 years, yeah.
It feels closer. It feels closer.
Because there's a
Okay.
middle. Because there's a middle. There's an,
Okay.
this was the oldest and the youngest. This one's the baby.
And jealousy, unfortunately, would rear its ugly head at times. That's what she's saying.
Which hit, like, say, when you say jealousy, are you saying I had jealousy or she had jealousy?
I want to say both sides. There was some jealousy. First off, you were the younger sibling, and she's going out and having fun doing this and that, and you can't go.
Well, correct. But okay.
Are you understanding where I'm going with this? Okay.
Yes.
But she says as the two of you got older, things started smoothing out in that area. Okay.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah. She loves you and loves both of you. And you looking at books. Her sister looking at books. She said you could do studying better than I can. wanting you to do some study, whether it's a college degree, whether it's classes, whatever, to enhance what you've already got on your plate.
I mean, yes, the two younger ones did graduate college. Jenny couldn't.
Okay.
But
Okay.
I was the one with always ran to my sisters because they were smart and I struggled through the school.
Wasn't that interesting?
Yeah, it
But
is.
she's talking about this. There's a few more studies for you to add to what you've got. Okay. And she says that you can move through it in a breeze. All right. You can move through in a breeze. All right. And I'm going to leave you there. I have to leave you there with this wonderful, the love of this woman. Big hugs. And she is around, as you both know she's around because you feel her energy at times. You've seen her, you've heard her, and she helps give you memories. And when those memories come up, she's right there. She is right there. So I'm going to move on. I've got one more person so I can complete the group. Thank you for coming in, and want to let people know that I do private sessions. If you want to check out my services on my website, PamelaMarieEdmunds.com. So Denise, hello there. Let me see if I can unmute you. And actually, that's how we first connected, Denise, is as you somehow connected to me to do a private reading for you at one time, right?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. All right, so I know some about you, but I'm going to see what I can get that's not something I know. Well, first I got to start with I've got a heart interest here who we know passed a few years back, and it's like he's still in your energy. There's a part of him that you're still feeling very attached to. Do you follow what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay. And what I want to say is that love that grew between the two of them. He wasn't always that smart. And what I mean by smart is practical smart. Do you follow the words I'm using? Practical smart?
Yeah,
He
like a
was
daredevil.
intelligent, but not practical smart. Okay. He'd do some stupid things. Okay. And he wants to say, he says, well, you can do the same type of things too, he says. He's joking. And he's telling me in particular, he said, there was some sort of an accident that occurred inside your living space recently. Either you slipped and fell or something landed on the floor. There's something in regards to the floor he's talking about. Okay. I'm not quite sure. You may have a bruise from it. I mean, he was one who would get a bruise too. And he says, I'm right there with you, hon. I'm right there with you. He's laughing because you do similar things as he did. This is some of how you and he used to, should I say, connect because of similar energies. And he says he loves you here, but could you tone it down just a little bit? He's okay. You know what the reasons why he's addressing you here? Wasn't that a little bit of a boo-boo too? Okay. So he's wanting to get you to laugh. He's wanting to let you know he's here and that he cares tremendously about you. And he says, get that car checked out next time you hear some sounds. Don't let it go on and on and on. Get it addressed as soon as possible. He says it won't become a headache and it won't become a headache in your pocket. All
I've
right?
needed an oil change for about 1,000 miles now.
Uh-oh.
I've been postponing it.
Okay, so that's what he's talking about.
Yeah, otherwise it's a good car. I mean, but yeah, just laziness.
Well, he says if laziness could cost you a car, he says,
Yeah.
right? You don't quite understand that. You need clean oil in there and have a few other things checked over too while you're there. So lots of love from him, and he's coming in to tickle you. And I don't know what that's all about, but it's like he wants to keep the smile on your face is what's going on here. Okay. And I give send you with lots of love there. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Did I get everybody who was present? Terry, did I get you? Would you like one?
Yes, please.
Okay. Mom's on the other side, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can I say that you look more like Mom than Sherry does?
No, I don't know. No.
For some reason, I want to say I'm feeling like your features here and up are Mom.
Well, since Sherry and me look so much alike, maybe.
Okay. That's what I'm sensing. All right. She a coffee drinker?
Yes.
Okay. And it had to be just right or she dumped it out?
No.
Okay. I'm feeling like when she poured it and then added whatever to it, if it wasn't just right, she dumped it.
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so? Okay. What I'm sensing from her is whether she actually dumped it, she was particular about how she did things around the home. Things had to be just so, okay? Kind of like ducks in a row, they had to be all lined up. And if they weren't, it's like, I don't like that. Can I say she liked to be in charge a little bit here, all right? Be in charge of her living space. You've got a lot of pictures of her and the rest of the extended family. And there's a need for you to and I say to organize them, okay? Because there needs to be as close of a date as possible, because as you move on, you're going to forget, okay? All right. But she's also talking about when you fine tune your home, it's like you got Mom in your head. Right? Both of you ladies? Fine tuning. When I mean fine tuning, I'm talking cleaning and the aspects of the living environment. How you present it?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. All right. I'm trying to get the right word. Sometimes a word, I have to search for a word. And a lot of times it might be a feeling and I'm trying to express it by speaking. Okay. All right. Okay. Mom had several sizes in her closet, didn't she?
No, but we do.
Maybe that's what she's referring to. It's like almost like these are the smaller ones, these are just right ones, and these are the bigger ones, okay? And it's kind of
Mhm.
like we wax in, the weight waxes in wanes, okay? But she's got some floral prints in her closet, doesn't she, Mom? She likes some flowery things, blouse or a dress. You're not connecting to that. How about you, Sherry? Yes or no? Shake up and down. Okay,
No, you-
okay, you're muted, sweetie. You'll have to either do
Her
sign
house
language.
coats and all that were all flowery, Terry, and I have one in my closet. That's the only thing I've left, and I still, it's been what, 18 years, and I still sometimes go in and smell it just to, and it's never been washed in all that time. It's just in my closet. And she always wore those, Terry.
Okay, and there's a certain scent about her, whether it's a soap or something that she would use that would leave a scent. Are you on? I think Sherry's getting it because Sherry's connected with the robe. Or
Like me more.
Pardon?
She likes
She likes Sherry more.
That's her favorite.
Oh,
Terry was
okay,
Daddy's
okay,
favorite.
Awesome. So Terry, she's saying right now you've got a few elderly individuals you're working with, right? Are you doing some caregiving for a couple elderly people?
No.
No. She wants you to watch for a couple elderly individuals, and one of them is going to remind you of Mom. And what happens when we get reminders of someone who's on the other side? We start remembering. We get a lot of memories. And she's, okay, I'm feeling in and around Mother's Day for some reason. And that's just around the corner. I mean, days are going by so fast here. And what I want to say is that she's around you right now because you're making some major changes in your living environment. You're moving things around, right?
Mm-hmm.
And not quite sure where certain things are going to end up. Okay? You're just kind of going with the flow of it. Oh, does it look good or does it not? And where do I need this and where do I not need this? Okay? She's good at that stuff. Okay? She's good at that stuff. It's almost like she can see the ladder, the results, and wants to help you with that. Okay? All right?
Mm-hmm.
Great. So thank you.
Thank
So,
you.
welcome. And I'm gonna check before we, okay, thank you, dear. And I'm gonna just check chat. We've got some messages and people, number of people said, thank yous. So a couple people had to leave, but they left some nice messages. So if you want to check, and I want to thank Mike who showed up. I haven't seen Mike in years. And I want to, let everybody else know that I do run a show here weekly, same time. And next week we'll have a wonderful gifted medium who used to be a naval officer. Interesting combination. And she's got quite a story to share. And her name is Suzanne Geisman, and she'll be here next week. All of these shows are recorded and put on my YouTube channel. So if you want to go and listen to these messages again, listen to another show, other things on my YouTube channel, search for Pamela Marie Edmunds, okay? And if you like it, please subscribe. Please subscribe. That way you can be aware of new messages, new videos coming in. So there are shows starting classes starting tomorrow night is the beginners. Contact me, beginners mediumship, if that's something you're interested in. More information can be found on my website, PamelaMarieEdmunds.com. Also, there's a intermediate/advanced class starting Tuesday. Monday night will be the meditation and message circle. And then, of course, next week's show. I want to say thank you, everyone. I want to thank Spirit, because I would not have been able to do this without their help. All their love for all of you. And to know that the statement, love never dies. Love never dies. It's huge. Be well and send some love out to other people, whether it's a smile or a hello. And we too, all of us are going to get through this time, this pandemic time, with newness, but what's going to be positive? There's going to be a lot of positives, and we need to focus on that. So God bless you all. Take care. Thank you. Bye for now.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
And hope to see you all again. Bye-bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay, end meeting.